Hey guys, the following is going to be a montage of all the videos in one of my playlists. This playlist should probably be the main characters of TCCOTT, discussing them and how they interact in the show with each other, and as well as things that are inspiration. Now the inspiration playlist is different, I made another video. But this montage will be about the main characters 1 through 3 through 8, and so forth. Take everyone. See the montage and see at the end of it as well. This is a bit of a run-of-the-mill 2-minute video for the TCCOTT series. I'm recording this pretty much as crack of dawn as it gets, like 4:49 in the morning. But I'll be on the business for 2 minutes. But I can't, it's a sex beyond my luck, but people driving in my room or whatever else happens. Anyways, what should I talk about when it comes to TCCOTT though? What should I really talk about? Because we know there's a horror sci-fi claymation trilogy. We know that it has 5 to 8 characters on average that come about. So I think I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about Gate. So Gate's the last character to be introduced in the trilogy. He's also also amongst, spoiler alert, one of the last characters to die in the series, and he's actually very anarchist-like. But unlike me, where I'm actually trying to be a ghost for a good reason, Gate is just anarchist for no purpose other than just be ruthlessly a cliche wizard. Now, Gate is a cliche wizard in the sense that he's actually a bad person of promotional distortions, and even to the point where he's actually cooperative with Angus and Parcel to help Will and Necessary succeed with the duality culture until they couldn't. Let's spoil that one. They were actually having Gate cooperate with them more than even Parcel was with Angus himself, because Parcel would do it for family loyalty reasons, and then Gate would do it because he just wanted to do. But Gate's secret is that he does care about the time travel stuff, and tries to behind himself as being a sorcerer, and even things related to like how they are doing duality culture and martial arts magic. He's very imbued with the idea that martial arts magic is his own curse, but without needing to know that too much, he knows how to care too. He knows how to care his own way. And he's not gonna throw out the window just because he happens to care too much. So Gate acts like someone who doesn't care at all, but while caring too much about the all expressive, vicious emotions he has in the meantime. That's a good maybe character analysis. I might make a new playlist for that one. So if it's not available right now in the next video, click on that playlist as well for the character analysis for TCCOTT, best reviewer, news upload, and then the subscribe button. That shouldn't even be a playlist. That should be like another playlist for the new one. New playlist, yeah. Gate character analysis. Take care, guys. From TCCOTT. Well, now that I'm what I'm going for, Parcel's character analysis. Here we go. And also the place raise. And gosh, Parcel is the cousin of Angus Wild, and he's also a very prominent gunman / sniper. And he is in the cliche sense of like what a sniper would do. They would use like a rifle across a long distance, and that's the best thing he does in his own way, mechanically speaking. But in the actual story, does he have to use a sniper rifle? No. And it's used as best case scenario for a last resort, literally. Because it is saving him for the most gruesome part of who he is, because even then he's so ruthless. Before you get to the point of him using a sniper rifle, he's ruthless before that. He's ruthless in how he fights you with or without a gun. With or without a pistol or SMG, or even a few grenades in hand. Or a time machine for that matter. He's very, very ruthless. As a competent, loyal soldier under Angus's wing, as a cousin, and even as someone who knows what they're doing. And why they do what they do. And why they just do what they do. Now, Parcel's biggest weakness is his self-shadow. His own reflection in the mirror, per se. But his strengths is everything else, including the opposite of his shadow, which is the far distance reaches of things that may have not have anything to do with him, but he's personally responsible for, etc. But because Parcel can't see his own shadow reflection in the mirror, he is about seeing when he actually sees evidence of who he is as a person. That's why, of course, spoiler alert, when Andromeda clones himself as Parcel and pretends to be like him, he can't even see who's trying to copycat him. It happens in an improv incident. It's very interesting. Parcel can't see his reflection in the mirror, and he also can't see if things are too close to him in the first place. Everything that's close up to Parcel, especially from within, he can't see. But Parcel's ruthless otherwise. He's able to combat all the main characters of TCCOTT very, very swim-wise. He's able to combat them and defeat them multiple times and even lose those battles anyways, because he knows what he has to do to achieve his goals, and he doesn't specifically them. Even Parcel will die in the story. It's very interesting. He doesn't become the main villain or anything like that. He just dies in the story in his own different way. But Parcel remains one of the best characters in the story who has to die and does it in his own profound way, even if it's still because he lost. You know what I mean? Awesome. Well, we know what we're going for, and also the thing was like say name review, but Boyd Cascade, right? Boyd Cascade, character analysis of TCCOTT, main characters. Okay, so Boyd's thing is that I had the thumbnail set for Ronan Zoro before because he's a lot like that. He's also a lot like other stoic characters in fiction. Boyd is very, very stoic, but he's not perfect, right? He's literally from a utopian class in the algebra-based comics, but he's not perfect. In fact, as a matter of fact, he's actually considered less than smart in the trilogy as TCCOTT as well. So he's considered less than smart, but he's rugged and street smart. So he's stoic, but very like warranted and rewarding people for their courages and their strengths and their rewarding behavior systems and not belief systems, not coercive, but like rewarding their behaviors, like the things they do that's right and wrong, and what makes them better as a person overall, even if it's not perfect how they're doing it. Boyd is very respectful of people, especially like Andromeda and Lisk, for doing better, but he's always hard on them for doing it wrong. So Boyd is one of those stoics who's very hard on people for fucking up on purpose or an accident, and he's still nice to them if they actually do it right for once, or even they do it right more often than they wanted to. Like, Boyd is very forgiving to people who always do better over time, and he's even more proud of people who do better in the long run, even if it's hard in the first place. So Boyd's one of those stoics. He's a good fighter in the series. He's able to fist fight people like Parcel and other characters in the show pretty well if he ever has to fight them directly. And even defends himself pretty well. He's very athletic, very smart, like I said, like a rugged, straight, smart way. But Boyd, of all things, is able to do the hard work first, and then if he doesn't feel like it, he'll do it anyways. So Boyd's one of those street smart people. He was in the original comics, he was good at stealing, and even in other ways, he was actually very smart and understanding. He has actually one of the most interesting dialogues in the whole show, compared to even Angus and Parcel and Chris. Like, he has a very good dialogue. He's very strong-minded. He's very strong-willed. Can fight a lot. Good vowels, and wins some of them on his own. And even he kills Parcel, guys. He kills Parcel. We are getting to the Richie Rich Boy of the Neutrons, the Angus Wild character from TCCOTT. He's considered the main antagonist of the whole show, and by extension, he is also known as one of the main three characters who survives throughout the entire trilogy. I doxed and relive this information about the TCCOTT plot and story very early on. It's Andromeda, Lisk, and himself who make it through the entire show. No one else is. Not the other five main characters. Okay, only those they make it. Angus is one of those guys. Now, why does Angus make it? Isn't he an evil villain? Isn't he one of those people who caused the end of the world and the dystopian era towards the middle of the trilogy? Isn't he someone who should not be respected or being nice to, or being polite to, or respectful to, or responsible with? No, I'm not saying that to be dumb. It's just, the point of this, because a lot of TCCOTT is very political and spiritually enhanced. Okay, but the thing with Angus is that he chooses to be his own idea of a hero because he needs to do what he needs to do to get the job done. It's even akin to Parcel's responsibility, personal likelihood of being able to hold on his own. Angus doesn't exactly hold on his own, but he's very good at leadership anyway. So he's a very good boss-like type. Like, his leadership and coaching skills are through the roof. His power levels are phenomenal. It takes only like 1 year or less of people to be under Angus's wing for them to go from being a novice to a freaking professional. Okay, that's why even Parcel and Gay get out of Angus alone. Not just his inventions, not just his money, not just his leadership skills, his ability to stay on the course. Even if he gets a little distracted more than Boyd, I mentioned this before, compared to Boyd, who has to stay on the path a little too long, Angus gets distracted willingly and knows how to do it right, but doesn't really do leadership properly anyways. Angus is imperfect for other good reasons, not just for being a little chubby on the inside or chubby on the outside, but inflated for reasons that make no sense and still have extra sense for him. But unlike Gate, where it's unorganized, it's actually Angus who organizes the long run. So Angus is a very powerful character, leadership-wise, power-wise. Even the fact that he can make inventions beyond the test of time to save his ancestry levels and even this century. If you like the main character's montage, please click on this video for best for viewer, recent upload, playlist for any of the missions playlists in particular, which is probably going to be the main characters of TCCOTT, hopefully in this one. And even my subscribe button. Take care, guys. See you guys. TCCOTT and there's when it comes to time travel. That's the same thing. Whatever. The same thing! Take care of the experiment.